In the last episode, we followed the Quran from memory to collection to standardization. But once a text is written down and officially standardized, the next question becomes unavoidable. What do the earliest physical Quran manuscripts actually show, and what do they not show? Manuscripts don't tell us what a text ought to say. They tell us what a text did say at a particular time in a particular place. Manuscripts don't interpret theology. They preserve physical evidence, quietly, without interpretation. Muslims are sometimes told that we possess complete Quran manuscripts from Muhammad's lifetime. In reality, our earliest surviving manuscripts are mostly fragmentary, and they date to around the first Islamic century. Most surviving Quran manuscripts already reflect what scholars call the Uthmanic textual tradition, rather than a single fixed codex from Muhammad's lifetime. Some manuscripts may be early in material terms, even overlapping Muhammad's lifetime, but their textual form already aligns with the standardized tradition, not a clearly pre-standardized version. That is why one discovery in particular matters so much, because it preserves something different. One of the most important Quran manuscripts ever discovered is the Sana palimpsest. A palimpsest is a manuscript where an earlier text was erased and written over. Beneath the visible Quran text lies an earlier layer of writing. Scholars studying the lower text of the Sana manuscript have identified differences in wording, orthography, and textual organization, including differences in chapter sequence, when compared to the standardized Quran text today. Not all of these differences are easily explained as simple scribal slips. The lower text reflects an early layer of transmission that does not consistently align with the later standardized form. These differences are usually modest in scope. They do not rewrite the Quran's overall message. But they do tell us something historically important. The text was still stabilizing at the earliest written stage. Other well-known manuscripts, often claimed in popular tradition to be original copies from Uthman's time, such as the Topkapi and Samarkand codices, are widely regarded by manuscript specialists as later copies. They already reflect the standardized textual tradition. Variants exist because the Quran moved from oral transmission into written form before the text was fully standardized. This is not unique to Islam, nor unexpected in textual history. It is normal in textual history. What matters is how those variants were handled. If by preserved one means guided, protected, and stabilized through identifiable historical processes, then the historical evidence can support that understanding. But if preserved means no variation, no development, and no human decision-making, the manuscript evidence does not support that definition. For Muslims, this invites a more careful and mature understanding of how the Quran reached its final written form. For Christians, it explains why the preservation claim cannot function as a simple, standalone argument for authority. And for anyone seeking truth, it shows that faith does not need to fear careful historical examination. In the next episode, we'll step back and ask a broader question. What kind of authority does a text have when it requires standardization? Because claims of divine truth should never be shielded from history but strengthened by being tested within it. If you're ready to learn, grow, and speak truth in love, join us, subscribe now. The conversation starts here.